Salwate Discipuli. For this video, I want to go over and I want to review specifically what is going to be on your test, the types of questions, and how you need to figure this out. So this is Review for Test Part 1. So the first thing that you're going to need to do, you're going to need to know your vocabulary from chapters 19 and 20. So make sure that you study those each and every single day. The next thing that you're going to need to know are your third declension noun endings and your third declension noun I stem endings. So on your test, you're going to have a question that says to list both of them in the same question. So when you're listing both of them in the same question, you're actually doing this. You're writing out the XECMA, ACE, and then you're going to put comma, ibus s ibus, okay? So that way you see right here that I have both the third declension and I have the third declension I stem ending right there. That's all you have to do is just make sure you have both of these for your I stem and third declension. Okay, so that's not so bad so far, is it? Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is ask you true or false questions. So the first question says, this is a true or false question. Is it important to memorize the forms for the nominative singular and the genitive singular of the third declension nouns as they are listed in the word list, because the nominative singular forms are very irregular? So do you need to know the urbs urbis? Do you need to know the rex rigus? Do you have to have those memorized? Because the nominative is very irregular. And that is true. Remember, the nominative word changes based on the word and its ending. So it is important that you know both the nominative and the genitive singular so that you know how the rest of those words are going to go. Okay. The next part of this was also a true or false question. It says, it is important to memorize the forms of third declension nouns because the nominative singular form gives us the stem of the noun. So do we look at the nominative singular to decline the rest of our words? No, we do not. We look to the genitive. We never look at the nominative to figure out how to decline the rest of the word. Because remember, the nominative is very irregular. We need to look at the genitive so that we know what to chop off the ending and then what is our stem. So you always look to the genitive, okay? The next one is a true or false question. The gender of third declension nouns can be masculine, feminine, or neuter. There is nothing about the form of the word themselves that indicate to us the gender of the word. That is true. You have to memorize the gender because the third declension noun endings don't tell us if it's masculine, feminine, or neuter. We don't know if adolescence is a feminine or is it a masculine. We don't know if Rex is masculine or feminine. We need to know and memorize that. We know that, oh, king is masculine, so Rex is a masculine word. Okay, so yes, you need to memorize the gender of a word in the third declensions because it has no way of telling us that. All right, the next question is, what does the abbreviation C mean when listed after the noun forms in the word list? So when you see rex rigus, or you see actually adolescens, adolescentis, you see a C, comma I. What does that C mean? The C means that it can be both masculine or feminine. We don't know. It can be both. So the C means both masculine and feminine. Okay, the next question is, what does the abbreviation I mean when listed after the noun forms in the word list? We've gone over this a couple of times, but remember the I means that it is an I stem word, that the genitive plural has the IUM. That's the only difference. So if you put on the test, the I means that it's an I stem word, that is completely acceptable. Okay, very good. The next question I want you to know is adjectives must agree with the nouns they modify in what three ways? When you're writing adjectives, whether they're in the first person or in the first conjugation, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this right, whether in the first declension, the second declension, or the third declension. What must the adjective and noun do? They must agree in three different ways. The first one is the case, gender, and number. Case, number, gender. Okay? Case, nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative. Number, is it singular or plural? Gender, is it a masculine, feminine, or neuter word? Those endings have to agree with that. Okay, so you just got to know case, number, and gender. Okay, the next thing that you're going to need to do is to, actually, I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to put the rest of what you need to do in the second video so that you guys make sure that when you watch these over and over again, you're taking notes because I'm specifically going over what is going to be on your test. Okay, the second video isn't going to be as long. It's just going to be a short snippet of sentence translations and derivatives. Okay, Walete discipuli.